Howdy Brazos Valley, it's Hayden Riley with Inhabit Real Estate Group with your monthly MLS update. This is where I share the previous month's statistics to share with you what's been going on real estate-wise in our market. The information provided is provided by the MLS, by the Texas Association of Realtors, and the Texas Real Estate Center. And it is general information. If you'd like to know how this applies specifically to you, please feel free to reach out to me at hayden@haydenriley.com. You can find me on social media at Hayden Riley Realtor or on my website at www.haydenriley.com. Without any further ado, let's get started. All right, everyone, it is March of 2022, so naturally we're going over the February numbers. Let's get started. You'll notice that with these charts, the first three, that we're actually looking back 4 years instead of 2 to kind of give you a more accurate comparison of where we are now relative to where we quote unquote normally are. So you can see at 83 days on market for active listings that we are significantly lower than where we've been in the previous 2 years, and also just in general for the other 2018 and 2019 as well. Well, whether or not we're going to continue this downward trend, we'll see. It just depends on inventory. So we'll take a look at that statistic in a minute. And of course, it will also depend on this, which is units sold or closed transactions. So in February, we were at 261 closed transactions. A little bit of an uptick relative to this time last year at 241. You can see that really we're not significantly higher than we've been in terms of the previous 3 years. But really it's March and April where it starts to take off, and we'll kind of see whether or not we'll trend as high as we did in 2021. Now, as far as new listings taken, this is kind of the key. If we're able to put on new listings at a rate that can keep up with buyer demand or exceed buyer demand, then this craziness of several offers on each listing may start to subside. But, as you can see, this trend over time is very predictable. From March on, the number of new listings taken just gradually declines. Now, whether or not this year is going to be any different, we'll see. Not likely. But we definitely had a big uptick compared to this time last year at 481 new listings taken compared to 387. Is that a blip on the screen? Not sure, but let's hope we'll see some more come on the market for March. The Bryan College Station housing report. This is just for the 2 cities, not for the 7-county area, as the previous statistics were for. That's what those were for. A median price point, $260,000, which is up 4%. Active listings, down 44.7%. Days on market, 87, which is 15 less days on market compared to this time last year. And our price distribution is a little bit different than what we usually see. We usually see the $300,000 to $400,000 range a little higher. This month in particular, our active listings are between $200,000 and $300,000. I guess we had a pretty big sell-off in terms of the other categories. Closed sales, 10.1%, up 10.1%. Excuse me. Months of inventory, 1 month of inventory. This is compared to 0.9 months of inventory last month and 2.2 months of inventory this time last year. Typically a balanced market, or moving into a balanced market at 6 months of inventory. So the lower that you go, the more you're into a seller's market. And if you've been watching this video series, you already know that we've been in a seller's market for a while now. Now, the This is actually what I get this information from the MLS, but it's my attempt to kind of predict what's coming next by looking at the number of properties that went under contract as a percentage of the active listings. So 128 properties went under contract last week, 421 active listings, so 30.4% of our inventory went under contract in 1 week. So definitely a very active market right now. You can see from the blue line for 2022 relative to the yellow line for 2021 that we're already trending significantly higher in percentage of properties going under contract. Whether or not that's going to continue, again, it's all based on inventory at this point. So if you do have any questions about any of this, please feel free to reach out to me. It doesn't have to mean that you're buying or selling a home. Everybody who is a homeowner does have property taxes to think about. So if you'd like to know how this affects you there, please feel free to reach out to me offline at Hayden Riley Realtor on Facebook, or you can find me at haydenriley.com. Otherwise, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and look forward to talking to you next time.